design process.
Perfect. Thank you, Mayor and Council. Kathy has been working diligently with our team. Oops, give me 1 second. It just disappeared. I had it up there just a second ago. Come on. Of course.
You can start right at the top, and I'll just briefly go through this. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor, Council. Kathy Hughes, Administrative Services Director. So on May 11th, Council had approved staff to move forward on creating a new city logo. Since then, we have met and realized it would be great to get Council's input on the design style, a visual style, what would you like us to put on paper? Because once we start this contest, it's a fast turnaround. There's 25 days from start to finish. We as staff will keep it moving. So what we decided to do was the department heads chose 2 employees from each department, and we're working together, and Wayne is actually one of the members on the team. He was able to come tonight. We all are working together as a team to do the design brief, which is a short 2 to 3 sentence brief on who we are, what the city is, and that will start the actual design contest. Once the contest is started, we will get designs from all over the world, we're hoping. We could get 5 logo designs up to 100 logo designs. As I mentioned, it's a fast-moving process, and we as the team need to stay on top of it daily once we start this, meaning logging on, giving feedback to designers to make sure they're designing what we would like to see as a city and what council would like. So the piece that we do need from you, though, and we're asking for your input and direction on, is a design style, a visual style, and even if you have a color palette. So what I did was I put together, that's one piece. The second piece we'll need from council is input on what would you like for community input. We've written up a couple suggestions for how we can get this out to the community in a short turnaround time based on council's calendar. If you scroll down just a little bit, the 2 pieces we would do would be an electronic survey via Facebook. There would be no charge to the city. It allows communities to choose their favorite logo design once we get down to the final, hopefully 3 designs. It can be shared then via Facebook to other neighborhood community sites, and it would give us a big audience. The only negative with that would be if those that aren't Corcoran community residents voted. But if you're okay with that, having more than just our community voting, that's possibly going to happen. We can put in there that you have to be a resident of Corcoran if you'd like. We can have them disclose the city they live in if you'd like.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I don't like the idea of putting, it's not a question, I guess. I don't like the idea of putting it on Facebook.
Okay.
Only because, like, half of our town doesn't use Facebook.
Well, then there's another section to that. So we were trying to come up with an electronic way. Facebook is an easy way for social media posting it. The second piece to that is we'd also post it in our city lobby and make sure all of our residents know that these are posted. The actual graphic designs are posted in our lobby so folks can come in and manually vote, and then we'll put the 2 together. So we'd have 2 processes to make sure we're equitable to all residents. But if you don't want Facebook, we could come up with a different online survey. So people have the option to do an electronic voting process and a in-person voting process. That's if you want community input. So
I wonder if you could give some input on the city website that links like some sort of voting.
We talked about that too. That's something we can look into instead of using Facebook, for example.
So then it could still be shared on Facebook if
Exactly.
So we have options for an electronic way to do it, and we'll do it however you'd like.
Yes, I'm probably biased because I'm not on Facebook.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It would just be one way to link it via social media. So those are the two directions that staff would like from you. With the attachments, I went through and included many city logos to give you some vision and idea. If there's something that stands out that you like, whether it be a color, a thin line, a thick line, cattails like City of Minnetonka. Are you looking for just the word Corcoran? Are you looking for City of Corcoran? Are you looking for just the letter C? So if you scroll down just a little bit more past the other cities, because we can go back to that. So I went online to a free logo building website, and I got these from that. And I threw on Growing Together. I made that up. I thought, well, let's just see what it actually looks like on paper with our name. It's similar to what 99 Designs, it's another online, but 99 Design actually has designers making this for us. This was just all automated. If you scroll down a little more, you have options to put just the letter C. You don't have to have a tagline. It can just be the City of Corcoran, Corcoran. You don't have to have a picture. You can have a picture. These actually were designs by staff from a number of years ago, starting with a C and some cattail, water, rolling hills. If you keep going down, it goes in depth into just City of Corcoran. So today's purpose is to get your vision. What would you like to see? Would you like a graphic? Would you like a picture? And then picking some color palettes.
Sounds good. And then one other additional thing, I probably got to do too late. I spoke to a friend of mine who does graphic design kind of as a hobby, and he threw together a concept logo. You could consider him to, if you wanted to, alongside this, or if you wanted him to maybe look at it afterwards, if we pick something from 99 Designs, or whatever. I think he's. Where'd you guys go?
Yeah, I'm at 1990.
1990.
You got there too early.
They don't make hats big enough to fit in my head.
They are youth size.
So yeah, that's another option that we'll have.
Do you want me to put that up on
Yeah,
the screen?
sure. If you want to, like put this together in a day as a concept, get some feedback.
Oh, you got,
And I have not done anything with 99 Design except talk to the staff there. I have a lady who has been helping me, but I have not signed anything, paid anything, so you still have options if you choose not to use 99 Designs and go a different path to start or finish.
And so yeah, that's just something we can use as a starting point if we have any feedback on that, or it'd be kind of a similar process regardless, or maybe we could have them submit for 99 Designs. I don't know how that works.
I can't. I missed the introduction to you. I don't know who you are.
Wayne Barnhart, I'm the accounting clerk here.
Oh, okay.
Wayne is one of the staff members that were on the city logo team
Oh,
together.
okay. You've never been to a meeting.
I have not.
Okay.
I've watched online over session, but not.
Yeah.
Yes. I should know you. I probably have met you. My memory is really awesome, but it's not that accurate.
So yeah, if you want to go back to the other ones, and anyone have any?
I had one too.
Oh.
I got from Dali. So AI generated logo.
Really?
I asked it for an Art Deco city logo with an Arctic swan flying over an orchard. And this is what
I want to see this.
Can you submit that to me too, Jeremy, so I can make sure it gets in the
Absolutely,
packet?
yes.
Screenshot
That'd be
it,
great.
send it.
Can you
Okay, check.
pull up a Dear Iowa logo water tower in a Google search?
Yeah.
Oh, and I did when I first started here and I heard about the water tower. I went through and did all this research on water tower logos and sent them all to Kevin. And there's some really cool designs out there.
Also, I just learned today that.
Did you pull it up?
Yep,
from
I'm
math
pulling
that
it. Give me
diamonds
one
is a
second.
horse.
Oh, yeah.
I I've seen that a million times, I just didn't know what it was supposed to be. I see it now, yeah.
There you go, there's a water tower.
A smiley face.
Smiley
That's when
face.
Alan and I
Oh,
had a secret meeting.
I probably could paint that too for us.
Very nice color.
Actually, no, we had a meeting that was,
In public.
it was noticed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad you brought that up. So if we go that one, meeting can be adjourned.
Yeah, I'm on board to do whatever you guys would like. I really am. And I know the team is too. I can speak for everybody.
Always good to have options.
Yeah.
Part of this, I'm sorry,
I was just gonna say, I'm fearful of going with logos. The logo that was used in here a lot, in examples was, something like growing something.
Oh,
tagline.
so the growing together one,
Growing
I was saying, I went online and I found this free
Yeah.
service and I went in there and I just plugged in growing together. I made that up. It has nothing to do with anything but
No,
just
I-
that.
I
We don't have to
understand.
have a tagline. It can just be a letter, Corcoran.
It keeps coming up over and over again. We hear about, this hidden gem waiting to be found and all this stuff, and people say, some of us don't want to be found.
Soil and.
Some of us don't want to be
Some don't
growing.
want to grow together.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
I had a similar thought.
We should just have a smiley face. We shouldn't have a logo because we're so hidden.
Together.
Just have a
Together.
A smiley face.
hiding together.
Hiding together.
Nice place to be or something like that.
You could potentially make a smiley face out of the sea. You just add a couple eyes.
There you go.
Oh, there you
Minnesota
go.
City hide and seek champion.
Wait, who's that?
Or put up
Corcoran.
the,
We can be.
We're hiding together.
or put up the anonymous
hidden
face.
gem.
So if we did do something with 99 designs, is there any terms of that we'd have to, can't imagine we'd have to take something.
So once we get to a certain point, it's non-refundable.
$200.
And that's early in the process.
But it's only
$300 to $500. I think we can do it in the $300 range, but that's if we get it. people
So, but we
putting in.
don't have to.
We don't
Your
have to.
question is, it's not like we're contractually obligated
Right.
to use one of their logos.
No,
Afterwards,
choice.
yeah.
right.
So you asked for opinions, and
Mhm.
we all have opinions. I'll maybe lay out a couple. I didn't like the tagline either, just because of that word growing. I think as a policy perspective, we're kind of ambivalent to whether we grow, and growth has kind of been foisted upon us by geography and our time in history. So I would actually be okay with no tagline as part of the logo at all. It can just be Corcoran, Minnesota. That might be important because there is a Corcoran, California, just to keep that distinct.
calls for their mayor all the time.
And the team definitely, we all talked about this and none of us wanted a tagline. And we actually also said Minnesota.
Very good. In terms of content, I like birds. I like how the current one has a couple ducks flying over. It doesn't have to be ducks. I'd be fine with, sandhill cranes or tundra swans, any of the kinds of, water birds that we tend to have in town. I think add a sense of place and character to the logo. I like the one that was shared previously that the mayor had an acquaintance put together. I like the silo and the farm motif and the rolling hills. I thought that was nice. I would like it to be something that sort of captures an idealized scene of the city, probably not just focusing on wetland, and that's a big part of the town, but I think we can go beyond just having, like Minnetonka, I think, had an example where it's just M with some cattails in it. I think we can go a little bit beyond that and try to show some of that natural character that goes beyond that level. We could look for some inspiration in the city vision, the vibrant, connected community idea, potentially as well, in terms of the kinds of images. The ones that I was playing with, I used a lot of search terms around like farm scenes or orchard scenes or houses with apple trees and things like that, and I got some pretty interesting images out of AI. I showed one example I sent to Michelle, so you can capture that for posterity. that all seemed to be pretty attractive to me, at least. In terms of style,
Did we look at that one yet?
I just passed it by you.
Oh, that one,
That
okay.
Yeah. In terms of style, I don't think it necessarily has to look like other cities do. It's okay if it does, but I'm open to more variety, I think. In terms of colors, I'm wide open on that. I would like it to be kind of timeless, so it won't be dated. Timeless doesn't necessarily mean really, really basic, but if it's going to be from a period, it should be an older period, so that it is more likely to weather in a classic way. That was my thought.
I just add on to the end of yours, the colors that seem to stand out to me, and maybe it's because a lot of cities seem to use them, and some of the example ones we had were playing around, the online tools, the blues and the greens seem to work well, and nature fits more so than some of the other colors, and not the blacks and grays as needed for text and stuff, potentially. But I would say blues and greens of whatever shade.
Could you
Like, do you
express
like
your
the-
opinion about cursive versus non-cursive? Just, I kind of would like to hear other people's opinions about that.
Do you want my
When I
opinion?
look at the examples,
I have one too when you're ready.
Yeah.
Just from the group and the team.
Go for it.
And I forgot to mention Michelle is also on the team. We liked thinner lines, a nice clean look. Those were things that we discussed. If that helps with your vision. Anything that I missed? Wayne or Michelle?
I think we talked about cursive a little bit too.
Little
and
cursive, but something timeless, we talked about that. So we don't redo this over and over.
Weren't we also talking about doing this not only for the water tower, but also our general,
All of
and
our,
I thought simple was what we were looking for because the current one had too many colors, too much detail, all of those things.
yes.
So, the city of Corcoran, whether it says Corcoran, Minnesota, or just Corcoran, that, to me, that look, we do cattails, if we do silos, if we do barns, we're back to any development we do, everybody, well, that's not even in our logo of housing and all of that stuff. I know.
And that was,
I don't wanna step over, I don't want any of the stuff. I like
Oh, yeah.
the Buffalo lettering. It's clean, it's concise, it's not cursive, but whatever font that may be would be nice for me. You guys want Minnesota in it, we're about as middle of Minnesota as we possibly can, and added letters, those kind of things are going to add money to the embroidered stuff on shirts, those kind of things. If it could be something that's either dark or light, and then it can be done in either one. If we do blue shirts with Corcoran white, or white shirts with black. You see what I'm saying, that versatility and those kind of things? I would also love the nostalgia. I'd love the perfect logo. Just write that down, the perfect logo. We could talk about this for hours, but I think we're all one of those things that we just, when we see it, we're gonna know. We did get a kick out of these hats, which were very short notice, donated to Night Unite and stuff. It's simple, it's quick, it's clean, but in my mind, it's a little parochial because it's on youth hats too, so it might have my head fixed that it's a kid's hat, not whatever, but John's head's a little bit smaller than most, so we'll just keep it that.
Doesn't hold much.
I got all four colors, by the way.
Oh, you did? Did you have to tape them together?
Yeah, you're on my fat hat. Took four of them, I got a duck bill on each side, but we can talk a lot and stuff, but I thought we were talking about simplification, something more neutral between rural and suburban, like And I'm the last person you wanna ask for what it should look like,
No,
but when I see it, I'm gonna like it.
I think you gotta go with, we're gonna use this for like park signs and everything, right?
Yes.
This is gonna go on the side of plow trucks and water towers and stationery and everything we put out.
Yes.
So, I agree with you, you gotta go simple, and maybe we have to have some type of, something, you know, like the city of Plymouth has a P or something. I don't know, but
I will say that
too ornate, it's gonna be just too much.
this Brooklyn Center, they just redid it, and it's probably the dumbest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this is the first time I've seen this logo.
They just put they put big signs everywhere in town for that logo. I'm like, what the hell?
If you drive by Gleason Park,
Mm-hmm.
the new sign is just not right. It's one great big tall flag type thing. It just seems extremely big.
So New Brighton's design, actually Jess was contacted by New Brighton City Administrator. That's where 99 Design's idea came from. And that their design was done by 99 Design.
I like their old one, personally.
With,
The
was it a
NMB,
tree
the-
or
Yeah.
a wavy?
It was like
yeah.
The big
blue,
NMB.
or
Yeah.
not blue, it was green, but an NMB connected.
Yeah.
Connected. We did talk about farms, and the team actually thought the city should stay farther away from farms, just because that's not going to be the future of Corcoran so much. It's the historical piece of it, and it's partially today, but how does that look tomorrow for development and growth? And so that was one thing that we did discuss, is they
The
actually,
historical side, we've already got a beautiful logo.
right.
I mean, it'd be nice if that just didn't disappear and it still showed up on some things, but
I think it will for a while, just not, I don't think we'll be on a huge, making a huge effort to replace
Yeah,
everything that has the
Right.
existing logo, because it is nice and it works, it's just for the stuff that doesn't work on, like a water tower or easily rendering.
even if it was something like that with something more of a black and white thing, City of Corcoran with some of those things instead of all the colors, if that's an option, I don't know. But
I think there are elements you could put into a future design. Like you could have the silo piece, you could have, there's like a home and industrial building in there, there's the waterfowl, and some of the concepts I think would include several of those, if not all of them. It'd still be simple enough to be embroidered on something.
So big takeaways, I think we're all kind of agreeing on is probably no tagline or
No
slogan.
tagline.
Pretty simple, do we have any preference on the city of, or Corcoran, Minnesota, or city of Corcoran? I feel like we don't need both of those.
I think as long as the graphic is balanced, I don't care if it has city of on it or not. If they need it for balance, for length or whatever, I think it's fine to include it, but I don't think it needs to be there.
Why would you put Corcoran, Minnesota on your water tower? It's pretty obvious that this is Minnesota.
Probably wouldn't need the Minnesota part on the water tower, right?
Yeah, probably not on the water tower. You would be surprised how many applications even for jobs we had gotten using the Corcoran, California job application given to us here at City.
There's a lot of other states, there's one in every state.
Corcoran, Park, Minneapolis.
Yeah.
It's timeless and classy.
So, I don't think any of Minnesota really has any of it, but, I mean, there's a lot of good, simple designs by all these cities that work well with anywhere from park benches, trails, and trucks and water towers, so.
I don't
I
mind the
think
simple
those,
Steve one.
that
If
kind
you
of,
guys have tagged me on
more
which
like,
is best
go
in the packet, I like that.
you know, like,
But I'm
kind of like
so bad at
Between those two, I like that classic one.
It's hard to, yeah, I'm the same way, like, until you see it, it's hard to know, it's hard to like articulate what we want until we see something, and then maybe it's easier to tweak it from there. But maybe some of the feedback we wanna get from 99 Designs is like, what we've just been talking about here, text-based, you know, maybe some sort of flair to it, just to the side, or like that, from it P, but not a full crazy logo like front and center.
And at the end.
Focus on the more logo, really true logo.
Simple, put that under.
Blues and greens.
Which one?
Well, for the water tower, we do need to decide by December if we're gonna have what we want on the water tower by December.
And then
Is there any thought about going out and doing like a contest for school-age children in Rockford and for some of the local schools that you're gonna have them submit ideas?
That was tried in the past.
We did, Brad had brought that up in 2016, I wanna say, and didn't get interest from both Buffalo or Rockford, but from a time perspective, this is really just a way that looking at this versus other groups was really a way to continue moving it forward in a somewhat truncated time frame.
And the gentleman that you have brought the example, can I see that example?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
can we pull that
I
one
was
up?
just gonna pull that
Um,
back up.
If that's another route you'd rather have us
and he'd be
try.
helpful if we, whatever we wanted on timing, or if we wanted to take a different
Right.
logo and have him make some edits after the fact, or he's a buddy of mine, he'd do whatever we wanted
Let
him
me
to.
pull it up here. Pull it down.
So, yeah, another option. I kinda like going the 99 Designs route, because it'll get us at least some ideas going, and then we can, to your point, we don't have to decide right away after that's done. We could then
I
take
thought
it
these
back.
ones here were actually from 99 Designs.
Which ones?
No, all the ones the city,
Oh.
I thought, oh, these, looks like we got some back.
On the last council meeting back in May, I had given examples in that packet of Minnesota-based 99 designs. If
Oh,
you ever want to look back there.
So this was
Yeah,
Dan.
Right,
Yeah.
right, Dan,
Yeah.
yep. And he did, like I said, did it in the afternoon, so yeah, I can share what we talked about in general, and I'm sure he can. come
I
up
don't,
with a draft too.
I don't wanna start anything, but do we have other people in our administration have kids? I mean, we got any art majors going on in any of our families or anything? We can open it up to some of those people too.
We did that.
So we did.
In the first proposal that I had written up in the staff report, one of the three that we had brought forward is a member of our community. She is now graduated from school in graphic design.
Okay,
She was one who wrote up a proposal to put together a plan for us. Do you want me to pull that back up?
You want
I think
I
that's
can
when we
pull
were
the packet.
discussing the initial pricing. on
Yeah,
Was
the
it-
pricing, I think,
It
was
was.
one piece.
It was like 3,500 for the professionals to do it versus 500 for 99 Designs.
99 design, that's why
we
we,
chose
that's why he came back. Oh,
Which, my philosophy is still, that whether my friend or 99 Designs or whatever would come out of it, if we don't like it as a finished product, we can then kick it to someone who's more professional. Yeah.
As a starting
Right,
point.
you got us that building block for $1,000,000, and maybe we just hit the jackpot and logo we like as is for $300,000.
I don't think I like I don't know if teal was everlasting. I kinda like,
Make
Blues
that
and
more-
greens.
hey, but
No, that's good, this is good feedback.
I like darker, but
I think if you put a couple of flying ducks or sandhill cranes above the farm, it'd look really nice. I like this one though. I think it looks good.
So I would suggest that maybe we go forward with the 99 designs. I'll share this with my friend, and if anyone else comes to mind that is not a professional person that costs several $1,000s, but we could not only toss that in at any point during the process, and then get this back in October.
October.
Okay.
I think we put it on for,
And then we
to
can,
start it and,
we can take a look at what we get out of that. We get ban and anything else that comes up. We can from there. We've got a couple months to.
What about when a sign up at 20 days to the table asking people to submit ideas? They can submit ideas to the city by
sure, we could,
September or something.
we could post something online and, the one piece we have to think about is then getting it to this stage. And so that would be like after that.
Yeah.
So it'd be two phases to this. We could have them submit something, and then if you found something in the designs from folks that submitted it, then we could move on to having it professionally done.
I would think if you put something out there, they'll give some guidelines based on the feedback you heard here about
Yeah.
symbol and whatever else.
Yeah, 'cause
Blues and greens.
when would we, so if we were to do this, we started on October 2nd,
Yes,
so we still have.
it'd be like a 25-day turnaround time, based on
before it
their,
starts.
once we initiate the design brief, it's about 25 days from start to finish. That we would, once we start it with 99 designs.
But in the staff report, you have that as starting at October 2nd, right?
Correct. If we started it on that date and based on, we have it on a tentative date for, what was the date? October 22nd. Yeah.
But to Alan's point, we could get
26th.
feedback in, if we have something out at 100 days, we could get feedback in before we start that project and submit those notes.
When is the water tower gonna be painted?
It'll be
During
painted next year, but we do need to know the design by December.
It'd be preferred to have a design by December. We have a placeholder.
That one in December.
I mean, it could probably, we should try to decide by December. Or, I mean, the other thing is, if we get depending on the sign, right, we might decide that might be good for a tower. We might want like an alternate symbol or a C, or maybe we just want it to say City of Corcoran. So we have a couple discussion items even once we do this, yeah. So like, we wanted
You
to
missed that part, we already decided.
And maybe
But there might be
that's-
different versions of whatever we do that we end up choosing too, so, I mean, we
And-
have a placeholder, it'd be good to know by December, also.
And maybe that's another path to think about. We could design something very simple just for the water tower, as Kevin just described, and create a different city logo, for our letterhead, for our signage within the city, our electronic digital signage, those pieces. You could have two different versions, so something to think about.
Water tower, I mean, it's just on Corcoran. Coming down 160 or coming out 30. I mean, that's probably way too elaborate.
That's, we have that in there now, that's the plan in there, we have some allowance to tweak it and modify it, so, I think we can maybe tread water until we know what we got, but that's certainly an option, that's what we've included right now.
So yeah, I like the idea.
You're a finance guy, right?
Even if we
Don't give up.
Right, and get some type of public feedback on it. I think the community would love to be a part of the process, right?
So for the,
If you don't do anything out for it, at least get recognition, we can honor them in a resolution, saying you're designing the tower.
so are you thinking design ideas, or are you thinking logo ideas, or just in general some feedback with the Country Days? Just want to clarify, since I'm putting together all the materials for Country Days
I was
tomorrow.
thinking that, like, just something, and feel free to add it if you were thinking something different, but
No.
really open to what they wanna, whether it's concepts of what they wanna see incorporated into it, specific design elements they like, if they have ideas on that, if it's color, if it could be anything, and we can go through them and.
Yeah, if they want to submit a design too.
Sure, yeah, they can draw one on the spot, or even just follow up with one, yeah.
There's definitely more creative minds out there in this community than there is sitting up here.
I know there's someone.
Kevin's smiling, he's got something to say. Look at the grin. Come on, man.
You go second, but it's not getting Kevin's corner.
I want to put myself in that place as non-creative. That's true.
We could put a G.
Okay,
Big green
now you
G.
got me saying. Got to separate business from pleasure.
Get a D.
So yeah, I would say we do that.
Um,
at Country Days.
We can talk about timelines of when we'd need all of that submitted.
Right, and put the, yeah,
And I would still be comfortable with going forward with the 99 designs with that same timeline, based on using this feedback.
We already are doing that. We already made that decision. didn't
Have we?
Yeah.
Well,
we
we did decide that, but
Yeah.
staff is saying we don't have to continue with that. I would say, let's have as big of a net, as big of a funnel as we can, and take advantage of anybody who submits something, including John's doodles, as well as whatever we get from residents in Country Days or posting on the website. But let's have a common end date where we start to parse through it and figure out what we're gonna do with it. Do we
Yeah.
pick one? Do we pick 3 with different uses? We just don't wanna spend a lot of time determining a path.
And I think that's why we wanted to have some of that discussion today, to understand what that looked like and make sure that our plan and what we're moving forward with is something that council was able to give some feedback on, especially since we do want to have that community engagement piece, so how do we do that?
right. I think you've provided enough info today for us to get working on this. Follow the timeline that's on the staff memo, keep moving, and then come up with an idea for Country Days and to put on the website, offering it to our community members to
Something
submit
that City
something.
Hall.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah, they could.
right.
And then maybe we come back if we need any additional feedback before we start October 2nd.
Yeah.
Clock ticking,
So-
September 28th meeting.
Yeah,
Is it an
if
agenda
we
item?
needed to have it as an agenda item, we could do that on the 28th. And it would be like the regular meeting,
Yeah.
but have a
Yeah.
check-in on it.
And even just, I can provide an update too.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you all very much.
Thank you. Appreciate your work on it. Anything else? I'll ask you twice this time. If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
All those in favor say aye.
Bye.
Aye.
Recording stopped.